A lot has happened in the world of first-person shooters since the last Rainbow Six was released. 9 Call of Duties, 5 Battlefields, and plenty more have created a vastly different landscape than the one the series left behind in 2008. 7 years later, does Rainbow Six Siege bring the once acclaimed tactical franchise back to the top? Matches play out in an intimate 5 versus 5 setting. Previous Rainbow games had deep pre-mission planning with the option to dictate routes and time-coordinated attacks with your squad. This has been stripped away in favor of piloting remote-controlled drones before each match. Their usefulness varies across each of the 3 game modes. Using drones to find the locations of bombs and hostages is crucial for victory, but since you're only able to tag the last known location of enemies, they're nearly useless in Team Deathmatch. As for planning coordinated attacks, the results vary considerably. Siege is so dependent on teamwork that it works both in its favor and against it. The game is at its best with a team of dedicated friends planning breaches and picking operators that synergize well with one another. Joining games alone is unpredictable, as others don't always take the time to coordinate or cooperate with teammates. Ranked multiplayer remedies the situation somewhat, but it can still be troublesome to plan attacks with strangers. Before you're allowed to play ranked multiplayer, your profile has to be rank 25. While this may seem extreme, Rainbow Six Siege is complicated and uncompromising. This ensures that by the time players group into ranked play, they are prepared for anything. Still, slogging through casual mode seems unnecessary for truly dedicated players looking to work as a team. When you manage to party up with a group of like-minded individuals, Siege's tactical brilliance shines through. Surfaces can be breached with explosives or gunfire, opening up new lines of sight and additional ways to infiltrate fortified positions. Timing a forced entry with explosive charges from the windows, walls, and ceilings is a unique tactic missing from other shooters. The ability to breach rooms from nearly any angle forces players to approach each encounter differently. It's not about running in guns blazing. While the tactical possibilities across the 11 maps are certainly not endless, there's enough room for creativity to force the defending team to stay vigilant. While on defense, boarding up structural liabilities with barricades and booby traps while waiting for the enemy team to attack is incredibly tense. The sound of walls breaking, shuffling footsteps, and sporadic gunfire creates an atmosphere of dread and vulnerability that helps emphasize the value of each life in meaningful ways. There are a total of 20 operators at launch, 10 attackers, and 10 defenders. There can only be one of each kind per match, each with their own unique set of weapons, gadgets, and personalities. Sledge comes equipped with a sledgehammer that can breach most surfaces in one hit, while Thatcher has an EMP grenade that can disable traps. Thermite's thermal breach charge can destroy reinforced walls, while the brute Tachanka can lay down a mounted turret. Each character feels viable, and once you unlock them, a cutscene helps establish their personalities.
Glass uses an OTS-03 short sniper rifle, equipped with a scope and silencer.
To unlock specific operators and weapon attachments, you have to spend renown points, which are earned based on individual performance. From our time with Siege, it's fair to say things unlock at a steady pace without ever feeling restrictive or grindy. There are microtransactions to speed things along, and some of the weapon skins are only purchasable with real money, but they never directly interfere with the gameplay. Terrorist Hunt returns from previous Rainbow Six titles and can be played solo or cooperatively. Objectives range from eliminating a set number of enemies to defusing a bomb at an unknown location. Even on the hardest difficulty settings, though, the AI is profoundly dumb. When their allies get shot right next to them, they stand in place as if nothing has happened. The mode can be a nice place to play without as much pressure, but lacks the intensity and strategy of playing against real people. Unfortunately, there is no campaign, and die-hard fans of the franchise will undoubtedly be disappointed. In its place are situations, which offer different scenarios to learn the complex mechanics of Siege and to familiarize yourself with some of the operators. There are about 10 situations, which take 3 hours to complete in all, and come with an enjoyable payoff. Rainbow Six Siege may not be the Rainbow game fans remember, but it lays a solid foundation for the future. Matches are full of constant tension and meaningful kills. Its reliance on having a dedicated group might be off-putting for some, but the heavy emphasis on teamwork is a refreshing focus in a world dominated by individual kill-death ratios. When everyone is on the same page, Rainbow Six Siege works brilliantly.